Hello, darling. Hi. Welcome or welcome back. Light and Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. I hope that you've been doing so well. Thank you guys so much for your patience and understanding with me during these quieter last couple months. I'm hoping to get back into things more frequently. It's just I've been going through a lot energetically and mentally and emotionally, so I needed to take time to process that. So thank you for your understanding, for your kindness, for your empathy. I love and appreciate you. Kent, I saw your comment on, I think it was like 2 videos ago, about the tearing. So I changed some of my settings. Let me know if it's any different if you're watching this. If not, no big deal. I was so happy to see you. I actually teared up a little bit. I'm so glad that you're okay and that you're doing well. And I've missed you. I love you, man. You're awesome. Thank you for letting me know about the quality issue in the video. Okay, let's see. Let's get into it. I'm just intuitive reading here to see what comes out. There has been a fly hanging around. I don't know if you can see this, probably not. Oh, there's the little fly. Hello. I have a little jar. It's it's a little pot from Colorado. Okay. And I put all my collected bird feathers in there. So I feel like confirmation for someone is that you have, if you work with angels or you know that you have angels around you, angel team, spirit team, past on loved ones, they are helping you to take swift action right now. Like they're really guiding you, and that should just be confirmation for someone who's wondering, like, am I supposed to be doing this? I feel like this urge to do something. I'm hearing, yes, you're being urged to take swift action right now, okay? All right, let's jump into it. Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to flow through me for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you for being here. All right, let's see what's going on for my darling. What's going on? Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Okay. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Could be dealing with a love story here. Let's see. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who feels kind of anxious in their presentation. Okay? It feels like I'm talking to someone who possibly has an anxious attachment style, but really, if you don't know about that, if you do, great, but if you don't, it would feel like an overthinking problem, especially in connections and in relationships. And when that happens, you could tend to pull away. I'm looking at how dark all of these moons are. It's like all in, all out, because we've got full moons. We've got full moons in the mind, Aquarius and Libra in the mind. And the new moons, oh wait. New moon's here, yeah. So it feels like there's some sort of overthinking about how you are perceived or how you present yourself, your presentation in connections, okay? At the bottom we have surrender to the divine, full moon. Okay. Before I even get into what this story is, okay, the first relationship that this is ever talking about is you with yourself. And innately you with the divine, okay? There is something that your spirit team wants you to focus on heavily right now, and that is believing that you're actually worthy of your desires, of being treated well, of being adored, of being enamored with, of someone just, you know, looking at you like you're their whole world, okay? And where you start to work on that is with yourself, okay? It feels like we try to fill this void with others. And if there's any sort of rejection or any sort of anxiety that comes up in these connections, we view that as a them problem. Okay? They're not acting right, so I don't feel secure. They're not showing up, so I must not be worthy. I must not be good enough. And there's something here about recognizing that is a story in your mind that you're telling yourself. You're telling yourself these stories, right? It's not really a them problem, okay? Because this is not me saying to tolerate being treated poorly at all, but there's something here about recognizing how people treat you doesn't have to be what you believe is true about yourself, about your worthiness, okay? Spirit wants you to be focused on getting to know yourself and looking at what it looks like, thinking about what it would look like to be committed to yourself first, okay? What would it look like to be committed to you? Not from what other people are doing to be committed to you. What are you doing to be committed to you? What stories are you telling yourself? What feelings are you allowing yourself to feel and believe is true about who you are or your worthiness? What does it look like for you to be committed to loving yourself as fully as you love others or want to be loved by others? This is where the surrender comes in, because when you are in alignment with that sort of love for yourself, you will magnetize that love from others because you will accept it and not reject it with fears and anxiety. That doesn't mean that people don't have free will and won't do what, certain things. That's not what I'm getting at. It's more like if you're put in a circumstance where someone is not treating you with the level of commitment to yourself that you show yourself, then it's not something that you will find attractive or want answers or need clarity or need closure about. That alone will be the closure. Okay? Let's get into the tarot. That's a very deep oracle message so far. Let's see. Okay. Spirit, tell me. I'm curious about this show the world the real you and believe in the impossible, because it feels like with this, the reason why we might be anxious is that we feel like we have to look the best. We have to sound the best. We have to, appear to be the most wise, most knowledgeable, the most peaceful, understanding, forgiving. There's some way that we have to present ourselves for us to feel worthy. And then if we are feeling any opposite way, it's like there's this doubt of our worthiness in that. Let's see. Spirit, what is this situation talking about? Give me some answers here for my darling. What is this about? Yeah, wounding. Exactly. There are deep emotional wounds, heart chakra blockages that are being fueled by your own thoughts. Okay? Body, mind, and soul. Body, mind, and soul right now. The 3 swords. There is something here about recognizing whenever you are going down a thought path, okay? That has to do with your past, that has to do with your pain, your suffering, your trauma, what you've been through, your betrayals. Recognize how your body aligns to that, okay? The reason why this is being emphasized right now is because part of processing this and allowing yourself to detach from this identity for yourself is going to require you to intentionally go into a stark opposite thought path of what you're worthy of, being committed to yourself, thinking pleasant things, thinking worthiness, thinking deservingness, thinking beauty, thinking grace, whatever you want to be and feel. However you want someone to make you feel, giving yourself those thoughts first and making sure that you embody that feeling. the same way that you embody the thoughts of everything that you've been through. You can feel that radiating, resonating through your body when you're reminiscing on that, when you're thinking that, when you're feeling unworthy, undeserving. And there's something here about, like, the reason this is being brought up is because you need to practice going into a positive place about your worth and feeling that resonate through your body the same way you do with your hardships, with your betrayals. We need to flip the script, and we need to practice. That's the first step to really committing yourself to healing these wounds, so that you can get past the mental hurdles that are attached to betrayal and pain and heartache and loss. Okay, what else here, Spirit? Oh, that just fell. Justice. Yeah. This is the closure, okay? I feel like I'm talking to someone who does not feel like they have ever been given closure in any situation. And that alone haunts you, okay? There's a fly. Swift action. Swift action. We've got Libra here twice with Justice and the Three of Swords and the new moon in Libra. New romantic cycle begins. There's something here about you recognizing action taking being the closure. You don't need to know why someone decided to leave. You don't need to know why someone decided whatever they decided. You don't need to know why, because it's not going to justify it. If anything justifies a betrayal in your mind, then that tells me that there's a story that you think you would have somehow deserved it. And this is not your path. I feel like right now it's like you've got to learn to look at your past and recognize that the closure is that you didn't deserve that. So that was removed from you, and that doesn't make it less painful. But if we can look at it as it's not something I was deserving of. It's not something that can be justified. It's not something that I have to understand, that I have to accept. It's not something that I have to say, oh, I could see why that was the right decision. There's no closure to be had with betrayal. The only closure you get is that it happened, and you don't deserve that. So you get to move forward. You get to. Okay? Let's see what else. Swift action. Being quick with it. This little fly hanging around the window. I don't know if you can see. The Magician. Yeah, this is a transmutation process. Okay? You have all of the elements at your fingertips to do with any situation what you will. What you want to. Okay? Thy will be done. So for some of you, you would put that onto an external God, the divine. That's great. For a lot of us, I would like us to embody the kingdom of heaven is within us. Okay, whatever that means for you. That's the best way that I know from my past how to explain it. But the divine is within you already. You are a piece of it. So what you focus your mind, body, and spirit into alignment with, what you think about and embody, and move forward with faith that it's true, is true for you. Okay? This is something that can be intentionally applied for your healing, for your transmutation, for your growth, so that you can remain committed to yourself. The Magician is very meticulous about what they're doing to create the opportunities that will come ahead. Okay? And they're very swift. They're not muddy about their intentions, this Magician. They're very clear. Okay? And some of us may get hung up on the logic side of it. Well, how am I supposed to believe that I'm worthy of love and honor and respect and being prioritized? How am I supposed to believe that when no one showed me that? You're assigning your truth to other people's behaviors, and you are the only one who gets to unassign that truth from other people's behaviors. You get to do that. And there are plenty of people who do it. It's not impossible. Just because it feels difficult and it doesn't feel rational and logical doesn't mean that it's not the path that you maybe are supposed to practice taking. Okay? This feels like It feels like enough is enough. It feels like a push and a nudging in a direction of self-empowerment that you maybe have finally needed, or maybe you've fallen off track and you need the reminder. That's okay too. All right? It's okay if you need the reminder. It's okay if you were there and then you fell off and now you're like, well, what was the point? I feel like I took 10 steps backwards. I've been dealing with that too. It's okay. Just because you fall back or things get bad or things have always been bad doesn't mean they always will be. You don't have to assign that to yourself. Spirit is nudging this because you get to experience what it's like to believe good things about yourself. You have the power to do that. You do. And it's something that feels superior to any external input in that way once you learn how to do it. So if you've never done it before, then this is Spirit nudging you to try it. Figure out what it's like to be committed to yourself and do it. Even if it doesn't feel rational, even if it doesn't feel like life has given you any reason to believe that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The magician, a lot of people, it's like, if you think about like as a typical stage magician, our brain can't comprehend what's happening so quickly and so subtly. And so it comes up with the conclusion that it must be magic. It must be true magic. And there is true magic in the world, but really it's sleight of hand. It's illusion. So maybe we get hung up on that's fake. This level of self-empowerment, of belief, of delusional thinking that contrasts with everything I've been shown. That's illusion. And I think that's why there's the phrase fake it till you make it for a reason. Because you do it enough, you feel it enough, you start showing up and walking in it enough, then you will make it be true. That's the magic. That's the magic. It's not a sleight of hand. It's a reconvincing and a rewriting of what you believe to be true about yourself, and you deserve that freedom. Okay? What else, Spirit? That's a lot. 6 of Swords and the Hierophant. Just those. Okay. Flip those back over. 6 of Swords and the Hierophant. King of Pentacles on bottom. King of Pentacles. I feel like right now, this could feel like a big job, okay? Because you are likely coming from a 5 of Swords situation. And before the 5 of Swords is ever talking about conflict with others, yes, there's multiple people depicted in that card. But before it's even going there, it's all about sort of a manipulating of a power struggle, okay? Conflict, mind, thought, communications, getting one up on another person, essentially, okay? So maybe that's been your situation. You feel like people are always trying to get one up on you. People are always trying to knock you down. Life is always knocking you down. You can't trust who you're dealing with. You know, there's plenty of valid reasons to be feeling that way. Spirit is pushing this nudging towards your self-understanding and self-commitment, because that will help you when these situations arise to know that your power was never within another person and how they show up. There is something so beautiful, bittersweet, about showing up as you are. Being opening your heart, giving people opportunities, not necessarily repeatedly, okay? I'm not talking about same people, but it's like we might not open up to new people, or we might be blocked off to new people because of our past and because of what's happened. And Spirit wants you to recognize that the power to move forward is within you. No matter what happens. No matter what happens, it's within you. And there's something about recognizing that moving forward does not mean wishing the demise or downfall on the people that you have to leave behind in this situation, if you have to, or from your past. There's something here about recognizing if you can't get closure from what happened, that doesn't mean that you also seek for closure in their downfall. That doesn't mean that you seek for closure in their misery. There's something here about you being attached to that painful of a situation and what's going to release you and really step you into a belief system of deservingness is saying that person had a lot going on to be able to do that. And I really hope that they work through it, because I don't want them to be miserable. They don't deserve to be miserable. They don't deserve to be, no one deserves to be a person who manipulates, lies, betrays others, and then lives miserably for the rest of their life. I don't deserve to wish misery, to have that heavy in my soul. I don't deserve to have that heavy in my mind. I don't deserve to be more committed to someone else regretting something that they did than to my own growth and movement forward. There's something here about detaching from that too. And that's not to say that you don't deserve to feel every bit of frustration and betrayal that you've experienced. But Spirit doesn't want you to identify as that within your thoughts most of the day, within your heart and soul, what you're desiring, what this longing for, that sort of mindset shift. There's something about moving forward, being the key to setting you free. And moving forward means releasing any expectations of this person's life, any expectations of this person's misery, of their regret, of their shame. I do think that there are caveats to this, and I will mildly say that, okay? This is not a one-size-fits-all situation. For some of us, it's that simple. It's that we are way too attached to the mental and emotional situation, and it's keeping us as that person, as that broken person, and it's not what you deserve. There are other people who deserve justice, and whatever means necessary that you need to take in order for things to be taken care of legally, if that's your situation, do it. This is not saying to lie down and let anyone walk all over you. If there are legal ramifications for something that happened, follow that through. Follow that through for sure. Okay? I don't know why that's being emphasized, but for some of you that's being emphasized. The empowerment here is long term. But it requires you to be the one who recognizes that what you do with your energy, what you do with your focus, with your time, matters. Again, it's really not about shaming you for feeling any type of way about anyone. It's the recognition that you don't deserve to think about someone so heavily who hurt you so deeply. Surrendering to the divine, surrendering to the God essence within you that every one of us has, says your power is not with that person if you don't let it be. If you choose to reclaim it, and not to feel ashamed if they had it for a while, but to recognize that regardless of how long someone's had your power, how long that has felt like that's your identity now, that situation, it's not your identity now. Okay? You can feel empowered again. You can feel worthy of good thoughts and good beliefs and good feelings and closure. And you can give that to yourself. And you're being guided to do it swiftly. Like, real swiftly. This fly here just keeps bringing itself up. Okay, Spirit, how do you want to close this off? Just a few more tarot cards. Okay, there's the Magician again. There's the Magician again. And the Seven of Cups at the bottom. It's illusions again. The power is an illusion. The power struggle is an illusion. Okay, Spirit. Ace of Cups, Anant. The Anant card in this deck comes after the World, and it is the energy that is permanent. It's what would kickstart the death of a universe into the birth of a new one. Okay, Anant is ever present, and it represents endless cycles. Ace of Cups here. There's something here. Devil, yeah. Okay, the Devil's on bottom and the Hermit. And the Sun. Wow, look at that. 10 of Wands. Okay. This is something that could have been going on for like the last 15 years. And when I say this thing, it doesn't mean the specific situation with a specific person. It means the energy behind this situation. This energy that you're dealing with, that has been ongoing, that's been showing up in person after person, situation after situation, has been a long time. And it feels like it's closing out. It's ready to. And I say that just knowing a little bit about the astrology going on right now with Pluto leaving Capricorn and entering Aquarius, heading into the age of Aquarius for the next, 15, 20 years. I don't know the exact number, but it's been in Capricorn for about that long. So we're closing out long-term cycles, long-term situations. Most of our life, lifelong storylines here. You have an opportunity with this momentum, with this, what was that word I was saying about the fly? Swift action taking with this decision making to be someone new, okay? To feel like you're worthy of love, to feel like you're worthy of true love, committing to yourself first, unconditionally. This is something that's going to carry you forward to the next segment of your life, okay? This is not a minor deal. This is a big lesson for a big life movement. And it's something that you could carry with you, this lesson, this learning how to tweak this energy, how to shift this focus to believe that you're worthy of being committed to, okay, in positive ways. Not just like, oh, misery is committed to me. No. Positive ways. But it does require you to recognize within yourself first, okay? Within yourself. One, I have learned so much with this Hermit card, Virgo. This is what your spirit, your mind, your body, your soul. I've learned so much about life, about situations, about myself, about what I've been settling for, about what I deserve, what I don't deserve. I've learned so much. This has been a growing moment for me because I may have had stories that kept me bound to unhealthy things, unhealthy thinking, unhealthy patterns of behavior for some time. But recognizing that this has been something that I can utilize with my power and my focus. It is something that can set me free and can bring back my life essence, the Sun, Leo energy, Capricorn, Virgo, okay? This does not have to be this way forever. Believe in the impossible. Just because it hasn't felt possible doesn't mean it is impossible, okay? Oh my gosh, under this we have the Four of Wands. Under the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands is so much work, so much burden. It's been so heavy. Four of Wands tells me though, it ends up being worth it because you have stability within yourself. where you have been, okay, the story of getting to the Four of Wands starts at the Two of Wands, someone making plans to step forward, to move to a new land, to explore, to adventure. The Three of Wands is waiting for their ship to come in, waiting for the opportunity to get on the boat and leave where they're at to where they're going. And the Four of Wands, a lot of people view it as union, twin flame. That's fine, you can do that. If that resonates, great. But what it's actually talking about is landfall, getting to that destination, finally get to celebrating that you're no longer where you were. It took a lot to get there, but you're no longer where you were. This time in your life is really emphasizing a movement forward within your spirit. These are wands, okay? Wands are spirit. It's the spirit. And you aligning spiritually and physically, mind, body, soul, to a new story. You do not have to be the person that your thoughts and your beliefs and your feelings have assigned you to be in the way of unworthy, undeserving, unlovable. That doesn't have to be who you are. I really hope that this reading is confirmation for you, that you feel that urge yourself, and that it's just, again, confirming. I just saw my flame jumping. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, probably not, but I hope that it's confirmation for something that you've already been feeling. And I just want you to know that even though it has not felt like you were powerful, that you felt disempowered, that you felt unlovable, that was never the truth. That was just what the truth was assigned as at the time. You're changing, you're growing, you're moving forward, and you are worth the commitment to that new thought process, that new feeling process. You're worthy of it. And I'm excited to see where you take it, okay? Speaking of the Three of Wands, I was just talking. The wait is over, okay? Okay, anything else, Spirit? Close it out with this. Wow. It's been a while since I did a long reading. I'm like, lady, it's been a while since you did a reading at all. I know. Okay. Close this out for my darling. What do you want them to know as we close this out, Spirit? Divinity? Yes. Surrender to the divine. Focus. Air. Your spirit wants you, the divine God, your angels, your ancestors, oh my gosh. They want you to focus your thoughts. That friendship and connection, commitment, these paths being crossed, these arrows being crossed. Oh my gosh, bow and arrows here. That you're worthy of the real thing. To tell yourself that. To let yourself connect with the level of detachment that doesn't assign anyone else's behavior to your worthiness. That you don't have to appear some way, that you don't have to be some way. That you can be yourself authentically. You don't have to go above and beyond. You don't have to put yourself all in and then feel like you're run dry. You're allowed to be exactly who you are. You're allowed to be upfront with everything. You're allowed, okay? Yeah, with yourself first, but it feels like you already know. This should just be confirmation. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but it should be, okay? I'm going to leave this here. I hope that this reading really resonated for you and that it helped you, and I just want you to know that you are worthy, you are loved, you are adored, and you deserve to know, feel, and believe that first. So please tell yourself that every single day. Set a timer every 30 minutes to think those affirmations on repeat. Tell yourself, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I'm loved, I'm adored, I'm respected. I'm a priority, and do it for yourself first. Prioritize your commitment to yourself so that you can believe it when it starts happening around you, okay? Instead of holding it off, okay? Practice it. Be committed to yourself. put in some commitment practices to loving yourself. Okay. I love you so much. I hope to see you the next time that I see you, hopefully sooner than 2 weeks. Okay. All right. I love you. Take care. And ta-ta.